louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Wagner. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming.
Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles. Let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis couldn't add a whole lot. Rashad Penny, who was a rookie, he didn't add a whole lot in that one as well. Sometimes you work on that in the offseason to fortify him with a few more weapons on the perimeter, I believe.
Here's Carson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, 2 teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL.
Play fake. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, 32 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. For the Minnesota Vikings, earlier you and I were breaking down Kirk Cousins' season and the disappointment there, but they go from 13-3 to 8-7-1, and this was a team that many thought off that 13-3 season were Super Bowl contenders. What happened?
I think they struggled with Kirk Cousins meshing in as their new starting quarterback. Their offensive line had its share of troubles up front. Couldn't keep Dalvin Cook healthy as their lead runner. But the defense, even though the numbers were good at the end of the year, they struggled throughout as well. They had some games where they gave up some big plays. Remember the Rams game earlier in the season? The Packers game that was a tie? I think.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Listen to me.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, here's Cousins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. 12 more yards there and another first down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On play action, Cousins rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Second down, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyler Conklin, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. It's up and good. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a
thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They will run it. It's McKissick, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On second down, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. A quick hitter complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's got a man on a crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
14.
On first down, Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Penny will try to punch it in, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Cousins now to throw on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
All right, now here we go.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Aldrick Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Bailey got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Bailey now to kick this one away. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. You sure you're ready for that? All right, cool. Let's go. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay it.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 75 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Trey Flowers picks it. And the return will stop right around the 20.
That's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now it's Carson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
95.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
Tough first half for us on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Cousins. He can run for it, and he will. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its fourth.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. They'll try and run with Murray. Murray with a nice move. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go back to Murray on first down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They go play action. Cousins. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Cousins on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll throw again. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And by the way, I need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th, and the prize pool for $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Look, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson on the move. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Here we go. Black.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take.
And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out to kick is Janikowski. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Cousins again. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Gun.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen from 19 yards away. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
14.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the
year. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Frank Clark in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And got his man complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They give him a gain of 37. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.